Few musicians have the opportunity and skills to cover as much musical ground as Charleston native Robert DRASNIN. DRASNIN's fascinating musical voyage began with stints with big band leaders like Red Norvo, Skinny Ennis, Tommy Dorsey, and Les Brown, and has since touched on nearly every facet of music, notably scoring some of the classic TV shows of the 1960s. Born November 17, 1927, Robert DRASNIN grew up on Maxwell Street on Charleston's East End. His parents, immigrants from Eastern Europe, met while working at a munitions factory in nearby Nitro. When DRASNIN was 10, his father, then an IRS agent who audited coal companies, transferred to California. While attending Los Angeles High School, he joined the Teenagers, a countywide all-star band, on sax and clarinet. The group then landed a job providing the music for Hoagy Carmichael's NBC radio show. From that point on, music was the driving force in DRASNIN's life. After earning a BA in music from UCLA, DRASNIN toured the country with Les Brown and the comic team of Martin and Lewis. Returning to UCLA to earn his master's, he served as assistant conductor with resident composer Lucas Foss. DRASNIN put his skills to good use when former Les Brown bandmate Dave Pell recruited him to arrange for the Tops record label. During that period, DRASNIN, who had arranged some of Martin Denny's classic Exotica releases, was to come up with his own release in that style. The result, Voodoo, with mega composer-to-be John Williams on piano, was a relatively obscure one-off LP that caused far more of a stir when it was re-released 37 years later. The next phase of DRASNIN's career involved scoring live, dramatic TV shows, such as Playhouse 90, Studio One, and Ford Star Time. He then segued into episodic TV, writing for such series as The Twilight Zone, Mission Impossible, Hawaii Five-0, The Man from U.N.C.L.E., Wild Wild West, and Lost in Space. But it was his evocative score for 1966's Death of a Salesman, produced by David Susskind, that remains one of his proudest works. During that period, he also scored 26 made-for-TV movies. From 1977 to 1991, DRASNIN served as director of music for CBS television. Among his credits during that period are numerous movies of the week and episodes of the new Twilight Zone. In 1996, DRASNIN's career took another surprising turn when LA's Dionysus Records reissued Voodoo. The LP was beautifully recorded and oddly contemporary, and after nearly 3 decades of composing, DRASNIN again found himself in demand as a player. Dusting off his horn, he began performing regularly with guitarist Skip Heller and performed Voodoo with ensembles around the country. A 2005 performance in Fort Lauderdale led to the recording of Voodoo 2, which was released in 2007. Robert DRASNIN continues to teach film scoring and composition at UCLA, as well as writing and performing. He's conducted his own music in London, Rome, and Bulgaria.